You know what? As a person who is a couple shades lighter than Glokknine and darker than this white guy, and his white ancestry, not pure African ancestry, do not live by white masters one drop rule. Do not let the white man define him and his coons of one drop of black DNA who attack me for not following master's commands. I am my own individual, and I'm gonna always be there to the day I die. That's my freedom, right? My freedom since 1964. The same freedom that Martin Luther King was fighting for. Same freedom that Fred Douglass and Harriet Tubman and many others and Lucy Gonzalez Parsons and the Black Seminoles and all the and Fred Douglass and who else I'm trying to mention W. Du Bois, Walter White, and all the rest. Rosa Parks. Now, the reason I brought this up, we have a dark skinned rapper named Glokknine. I never heard of him. I think I've seen him before. And as you see, I'm going to be real with you. He portrayed the jigaboo, buckwheat, modern day version, Steppenwolf stereotype. He is getting money as an artist portraying that negative modern day Steppenwolf stereotype. Now, when he came on the show and he said, and I do feel that DJ Flag was being messy as a white man, okay? And I'm gonna mention about him being Jewish. I'm not being anti-Semitic, but I would like for him to ask questions. Why, if you care about African American people, why are you not telling folks in Israel to stop being racist towards African Jews and African people in Israel with the niggers go home situation? Because the reason why they're doing that, I bet you, people with his ethnicity in the white community and Gentiles like Jimmy Oven, whether Protestant or Catholic ones or atheist ones who are white racists who love to exploit people, African descent. Those folks saw that in Israel. So when these African immigrants from Ethiopia and other places come in who are also Jewish and represent the real Jews that came there before, they started mixing with the Gentiles who are Catholics and Muslims. That's the reason why this dude is here and is Jewish. Probably got some black DNA as well. Truth of the matter is, they're saying niggers go home. Please talk about that on your show, DJ Flat. Now, I'm gonna talk about this. You're asked this question to this man about why he don't want no dark skinned babies. His mother, 19, kind of remark about my complexion. His dad is real dark chocolate. He said he's black as fuck. He don't want to have no dark babies like him. It is sad, but for a white man who benefit from the colorism moment as a white man and the racism, white supremacy, white privilege moment in society, the only thing he don't benefit is this white Anglo-Saxon Protestant land that hates Jews and Catholics, and I'm an ex-Protestant, so I know. Okay? So, point is, this man here wants to tell that black is beautiful. That is true. Black is beautiful. My question is to Mr. Flagg. Why majority of the brothers, and they're my shade and lighter, okay? But the not see more dark ones, like this brother here, majority of them come from street, smart, ghetto, stupid stereotypes. Not all of them. You have women on there as well. But you interview what white America loves to portray black males in a negative way. This dude represents the white supremacy, the black face white supremacy, even though he is mixed. His mother is lighter than him. I don't know where his dad come from. And if they are Haitian, they got dark Haitians with French mixed background. I wish people stop being ignorant, okay? I'm not gonna go with colorism. What mix is. If you have mixed ancestry, that is represent who you are. Because without those ancestors, your parents and your grandparents and all the other relatives will not be here. No matter what you look like. I was telling a dark skinned brother who had DNA test, and he has besides French, he has Spanish Creole. Like I have Spanish Creole. I have a Real in the family tree. I told y'all about that. Those who are on my channel. And this dark skinned brother, I don't know how dark I came. I said no. Your genes chose to look who you are, but you have hidden genes that don't look like you. So I told him, I said, you're just as Hispanic as your baby mamas because he had baby mamas with Mexican and Puerto Rican girls, women, can I say. So therefore, I told him, excuse me, just because you came out dark, you still part Hispanic. if that lineage on your DNA test says Spain, that's still part of you, regardless of what you like. I'm not go. Don't let people who are ignorant and dumb let public dumb opinion dominate your life. And he told me, he said, "Yeah, you're right about that." I said, yeah, don't let these ignorant, dumb, stupid, uneducated people who want to use blackness as a derogatory. That's, and I'm glad I brought that up. It's so good I brought it up. That's why Glokknine feels guilty, feel ashamed being dark. In our community, in white America too, okay? Um, we make black dark skinned brothers and sisters look the darkest dark to be a stereotype. Not me personally. I trash talk about it because I get tired of some of my brothers who are dark skinned and also sisters who portray a stereotype here. That's why I give Mala Negra props for not being wretched like Cardi B, who's very lighter than her, okay? She outshined Cardi B. It debunks the stereotype. One thing I give my brothers and sisters to debunk stereotypes. Stop going along with it. Stop trying to please the ignorant folks in the hood and the ignorant folks in the suburban in the trailer park, if you know what I mean, in the body of two. Because they love to exploit you. This man, deep inside, do not want to portray thug image. But he's getting paid to be a thug and to portray the thug image. That will make him feel ashamed of who he is because he inside, like what Indy Ari said, I'm not my hair, I'm not my skin, I'm the soul within. He don't want to portray a thug, but y'all love it. You have a hatred and love for thugs. You want to see them entertain gangster image, thug image, and then when they actually do the part of committing these heinous crimes on 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock news, especially here in Houston, Texas, didn't do nothing but comments come from white America and want to be pure white Hispanics who are not even pure white, who have native, Spanish, and black ancestry, because the third race of Mexico is African, okay? Just like George Lopez, DNA test revealed that, okay? So, the truth of the matter is, you're going to tell this man that black is beautiful. Can you represent that on your channel, DJ Vlad, and stop putting all these representation of didn't do nothing thug brothers? Because the majority, because that's for your white audience, Jew or Gentile, who want to see us look terrible. You cannot sit here and trash talk this man. First off, you don't even know what it is to be a person of color. I get tired of white people who have benefit from white supremacy want to act like they know. I would love you to put yourself in blackface like these do on those talk shows, not in mid shows. Don't get it twisted. Put yourself look like a black person one day, darker, your skin. Walk through the doggone street and see how your life is. You don't even know how it is. You need to shut the hell up about that. And then if you want dark and black is beautiful, then put more brothers and sisters who don't represent stereotypes. Because on your doggone, that's why they call you a culture vulture. Because just like Jimmy Oven, who's a Gentile and Italian, and Jerry Heller, they love to put negative stereotypes. There was a plan of the prison complex back in 1990s when Jimmy Oven, I do believe in my heart, reading from the Wikipedia. Ain't nobody told me this. You can put two and two together. If that white man from Europe who's doing rock industry, who didn't want to show his face, said that someone left the industry, rock industry in the 80s and joined the rap industry, look at Jimmy Ovan's credentials on Wikipedia. It matched Graphic Records. Then he make Interscope Records, and then later on he give Suge Knight the money to exploit our people. And today we're out here saying Black Lives Matter and what else? And hands are don't shoot, and folks saying fuck Black Lives Matter because they see something like a Glokknine. Come on now. You cannot speak to someone's pain. And the coons who say black is beautiful, shut the fuck up. Half y'all, those I call you coons, are hypocrites. You talk one thing and do another. And you want to bully like a bunch of savage monkeys. Yeah, I did say it. Because you know other ways to handle things without getting violent and being rude. That's why I call you bought into the system that your white man's an ancestor that you're afraid to put on paper. So what I meant was in my roots. I check black, white, American, and Hispanic on my papers. I'm not lying with my family. I don't care what the white man says. White man is not God, and I don't look at white man as God. So what a white person thinks of me and those who share his view does not run me. I run myself. I'm almost 40 years old, 39 soon. Anyway, truth of the matter is, you have no right to sit here and judge that man when you should be sympathizing with that man. And it's one thing many of you white people don't do is sympathize with. It's your fault. That's your problem. I live better than you. That's the type of attitude y'all show. If you really care about the African American community, then DJ Vlad, then put more brothers in hip hop who do positive hip hop, who don't do that old jigaboo, pickaninny, Mr. Show, thug, brute hip hop that you put the Ari Spears on there, who's no different than a blackface coon. You put Dodge Jamar, who wants to be the camera version of Malcolm X, but fails. Okay, I'm getting tired. It's your channel, but don't sit here and talk bad about a dark skinned man when you're not sympathizing with his pain, and you're gonna sit here talking about that black is beautiful, but you live in a country that says otherwise. And at the same time, you're from Russia, but you're Jewish. But in Israel, African immigrants come to Israel, which actually the people look like Jesus, look like them. In the Blessed Virgin Mary and Joseph, they look like you, okay? And they're getting treated like they're in the South. Remember, the South used to be very anti-Catholic, anti-Semitic, along anti-black, and anti-foreign back in the 1920s when Donald Trump talked about making America great again. What happened to those white Jews and Catholics who later on in America, they gave up their faith and chose their white side, and they ascended to white supremacy in the white Anglo Protestant country. And you see that in Israel. Would love to ask you that question. Why in Israel they calling folks to go back to Africa and niggers go home like that in Jim Crow KKK? Can you explain that situation before you start saying anything about that man? My heart goes out to Glokknine. He needs to be his own person. If he learns to be his own person, not going to collect that stereotype, trust and believe he would not be feeling inferior because the stereotype that he's portraying is a inferior complex. It's not superior. And you got folks calling themselves niggas. Anybody who calls himself a nigga has no love for themselves. They explore, so they might be a jigaboo, a pickaninny, and a sambo, and if it's a female, be Aunt your mama, or some Jezebel, or any of those stupid stereotypes. That they have self-respect for themselves, then they'll be proud people. But on the comment section, refer to themselves a low, degrading, ignorant word. Nigga comes from the word nigger, and it means ignorant. And they use that word because they wanted our people who are African descent would be pure black or mixed, dark or light, whatever, King can have part white, part native, whatever, to be inferior complex for white supremacy and slavery, and to have no education to get out the doggone plantation that was forbidden to read. So the truth of the matter is, dude, before you start making any issues and get other brothers to speak for this man's pain, first of all, a Nigerian dude named Godfrey, dude, you're not from the United States. You have a different culture. Your people, they go through things here. They might have a colonization, but they had more freedom here in the United States. They don't know Jim Crow. You cannot speak on issues. Yes, the man could be Haitian, okay, but he's Americanized. And before you start talking about colorism, white men, first of all, once you share your doggone goods with people and start acting like you're better than somebody on your interviews and stop showing the negative Buckley hobo clown, like what Tariq when she talking about how white people made the hobo clown, they saw slaves looking any kind of way, looking like trash, come on plantation, and it was a mockery of it, causing hobo before the blackface movement. That's what you're doing, white man. And I'm gonna call it like it is. And don't call me racist. I have French, Spaniard, Irish, and English. That's why me and Glokknine don't look the same. I don't look like you, but I don't look like Akon either. And let me let you know, I'm not gonna sit here and deny my European roots. It is what it is. Our four grandma was a white woman. One of my four grandmas was a white woman, excuse me. And if whatever happened, that's on them who did wrong, who raped, whatever. That's not on me. But I know in Deuteronomy, if it says in the Torah, aka Old Testament, God changes blessings into curses. I mean, curses into blessings, excuse me. And I am that blessed that came out that curse. Okay? So I'm very proud of being an African American, French, Spanish, Creole, English, African American descent. That's my background. I have no issues with that. Okay, the other people do, and then it's funny when they play. I don't want to claim a massive blood, but they portray everything that massa expect out of a person will drive a black DNA do live in fear complex. How hell they will sit here and bash Glokknine when they just as guilty as sin of this mess, and not call it like it is. All right. So first off, before you start bashing Glokknine and his pain, you never went that man's shoes. Now get tired of white dudes smiling. Yes, you proud of who you are. And then you put an inferior complex brother, not because he's black or his dark skin, it's because the type of lifestyle he lives. He lives a thug culture. Our people back in Jim Crow days didn't want that mess. Walter White and W.E. Du Bois didn't want that mess. Martin Luther King, excuse me, Martin Luther King, and none of these people in our community, Malcolm X and the rest of them, not never wanted us to live that thug, ghetto, trash culture. But white America that you represent, not all, but those who represent like you, love seeing the inferior complex to make yourself look superior while you make them look inferior in the audience. So you want to know why the man feel ashamed of who he is? Look what type of environment he is, and look what you provide in the type of environment before you start throwing stones on him. But maybe if you learn as a white man to change society, since you got the power to change society, maybe if you change society within your own community who operate the media in the society, then maybe someone like that would not feel inferior complex. Of course, you should never feel inferior, but if you have around people call you a dark nigga every day and they either look like you or look similar to you because we don't all look alike, or they don't look like they have black DNA as you and they think they're better because of that, then you have white people on the other side that you share DNA with but don't look like you and feel that you should never be welcome in their community because you don't look like it, even though you do share European DNA and don't want to acknowledge that part. But love to use your black DNA as a fear complex. Start talking about that too first. Majority of your doggone guests live in fear complex. It reminds me of a minstrel show. There's some good interviews, but I'm getting tired of someone who shows that part of so-called Black America, because that's not all of Black America looks like, and shows the world to the point that people in Israel will say niggers go home because Africans had nothing to do with what goes on here in the United States. Those Africans in Israel have a right to stay there. That's their home, and actually people like look like them way in BC before AD. Then before they start mixing with Gentiles who later on became Jews through the interracial to the well, you say interracial course in interfaith marriage. Well, and it wasn't interfaith because you had to be Jewish to join. Just like as a Catholic myself, I married someone of the same faith as I do. Point is, keep the children the same faith. Point is, that's what it's. And to those who misinterpreted that verse about mixing the tribes, God was not against race mixes, and everybody was black at the time. Okay, um, it meant that people who were different faiths. One believed in another God and one believed in one God, Yahweh. So stop twisting that verse. Point is, in order for that Gentile, they had to become a Jew, like 70 Jews, the same thing. He was black and Hispanic, married a white Jewish woman. Okay. Point is, they had to join in. So, and they started mixing in Europe. That's the reason why you here look the way you look like. And before you start talking about someone being better or thinking they're less than who they are, you need to talk about what's in your backyard and stop having other white Jews who control the media and also Gentiles for white who show negative stereotypes about African Americans and pay them a whole bunch of money to do so. So let me let you know that's the reason why Black Man feels bad about who he is. If he was told that he was able to do anything he wanted to, not portray a negative stereotype about who he is and by society's standards, he would not feel inferior today. Does it make sense? All right, white brother.